Ni hao, bitches. I am back, and I am horny. This is Alex with PlayPSVR, the podcast. Adam, are you here with me, buddy? Have you made it back from our great week-long adventure?
I am back, and I am corny.
And you are corny. I need to clarify. I was supposed to clarify that I'm not horny, something sexual, perverted, guys. Get it out of your brain. Get it out of your mind. I am horny for new games, all right? It was E3 this past week, and Adam and I took a break, not because we're, like, actually going to E3, because we didn't. We took a break just because we were kind of tired. And, you know, I wanted to sleep a little bit more rather than record a podcast. So I hope you guys didn't miss us too much. Thanks for the people that contacted us and said they missed the podcast and they hope we were okay. We are okay, and we're back, and we're horny and corny, and we're going to be talking about some new games that are coming out at E3. But Adam, we're going to mix it up a little bit, all right? You know, we don't want things to get stale, so we're just kind of going to do things in a weird order, but, you know, it's always going to be at the top of our list. What are you drinking tonight, my man?
So I've got a odd concoction. Have you ever heard of Bubble Up?
I haven't. It looks like a knockoff version of Sprite.
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, I've never heard of it. Might as well give it a shot. So I went and took a couple sips so I wouldn't be like drinking it, then attempting to tell people what it tastes like. It's very odd because it says a kiss of lemon and a kiss of lime, and that's exactly what it is. It tastes like you drink Sprite and 7-Up, and you immediately get that strong flavor of lemon, of lime. Yeah, you can tell there's a bunch of sugar in it, but it's an immediate taste. Mm-hmm. This I tasted, and I was like, is this water? And then there was literally a small kiss of lime and a small kiss of lemon. It was more like a peck of lime and a nibble of lemon. And it confused me. And at first I was like, maybe this isn't bad, because I felt like instead of a sugar-heavy drink, a syrupy drink that would make you more thirsty, this obviously has more water content in it, so it would be more refreshing. But the more drinks I took, it's not great. There's still somehow 38 grams of sugar in this. I can't taste it at all.
Maybe it all sank to the bottom and you have to wait for it to bubble up.
I guess that's a thought. This is probably going to be a gamer juice that I will not have again. I'll put it that way.
I'm starting to think maybe we should not have you drink the gamer juice before the show. That way you don't talk for 5 minutes about trying to
The thing is, I'm hoping these people take our recommendations, and when they hear this drink is awesome, they'll go get it.
That's right. No, you are absolutely right, Adam. Listeners, do not go out and get Bubble Up, Bubble Lemon, Bubble Lime. Don't kiss the lemon. Don't kiss the lime. It's not worth it. My drink tonight, it's Soylent. I put it in this gross Starbucks cup that I have. I'm not living the healthy life that I told myself I would at the beginning of the year. It's okay. Soylent is going to get me back on track, give me some of them good poops. Always tastes good. It always tastes good. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back with that. All right. Adam, like I said, we're mixing it up. We're kind of going backwards this episode. Let's start things off. You know, just so we make sure our homeboy Turner in Australia with his flipped time zone hears this, let's start off with some airing of grievances. Does that sound good? Do you want to do that? You want me to go first? Do you want to go first? How do we want to do this?
I've got a lot to complain about, so I'll let you pick, because I'm going to tear it up.
My grievance isn't fully cooked, so I'm just going to drop this. I watched the E3 press conferences. Upload VR, I'm happy you guys did like an E3 showcase, something like that. I'm glad there was some coverage of VR. That was great. However, I just got to say something. Listen, virtual reality developers, I love you guys, but what the hell is every single person just trying to make Skyrim? You're just trying to remake Skyrim. And it's like you all got around and got stoned. It was like, let's make Skyrim, but make it Skyrim. We already have Skyrim in VR. I don't want to play another game where I'm riding on a horse in some weird medieval town. The story's not very good because it's just something some dude wrote on the back of his Trapper Keeper in high school. I don't want that anymore, man. We got Skyrim. It's about as good as it's going to get. The graphics aren't even better than Skyrim on the PSVR, so I don't get what they're going for. I mean, props to them. They're making a game. That's cool, but it's so boring to just sit, and it's just It's just trailer after trailer of some random town with some random hero name, some random dude riding on a horse, some random person chopping somebody up with the move controls with a sword. Okay, the combat in Skyrim with the move controls and this waggle combat, it's interesting and it's kind of neat, but it doesn't feel good. It definitely doesn't feel good enough to try to put a whole game around it. It definitely doesn't feel good enough to try to fit like 20 games around it and then try to release them all on the Oculus Quest because you're all scrambling to try to get some game on the Oculus Quest because you think it's going to be so good, and it's not going to be so good because Oculus Quest, as I'm pretty sure Adam is going to get into later, is a trash heap in terms of what games they're allowing on their ecosystem. You know, one of the biggest things about Oculus Quest, about Oculus, is that they had the VR desktop. You could have a computer desktop and VR in front of you. That was really cool. And they make the developer take that out, and they're like, oh, we don't want you to have a desktop. I don't know what shit you guys are trying to do. Sorry, don't demonetize us, YouTube. You're crapping all over yourself, Oculus. And now developers, you're crapping all over yourself by making the same damn game over and over and over and over again. Give us something new, man, or give us something polished, or put your own spin on it. I'm not seeing any creativity here. I'm just seeing Skyrim, and then a knockoff mobile version of Skyrim, and then an even more knockoff version of Skyrim. Just do something else, man. That's it. Okay, that's an easy one. 800 games trying to clone Skyrim. I don't want a single one of them. I barely want Skyrim. All right.
I'd hate to have to disagree with you there, but I'd take a different Skyrim. That's a different conversation for a different time. Aaron Grievous number one, because I'm going to have to list these bad boys. One is you, Alex. Screw you, you big idiot. Alex, you guys don't know, or you may know, you don't know. He's the biggest Google homer. If Google had an erection, Alex would ride it like he was a freaking cowboy, man. He's going to, I don't even know how you say it. Is Google Stadia?
Is that Stadia.
Whatever. Okay, you bum. So he's telling me he's going to get this stupid Google Stadia thing. And first of all, do you even have a strong enough computer to run that thing in some of those games at high enough quality? Probably not.
You have no idea what Google Stadia is? You're asking me this stupid question, you big idiot.
So I looked at the number of games. Guess how many VR games are on there, Alex?
0.
Exactly. None. You say VR changed your life. You say that you love VR. You say you can't get enough of VR unless it's Skyrim. But then, what? I'm sorry, Alex. I can't hear what you're saying because your actions are too loud. You suck. F you. If you listening want to be the next co-host of PlayPSVR, the podcast, submit your reasoning, submit your application to me at 6969 Humpback Flounder Lane, Alex's mom's bed, Idaho. More like Sheedaho. Complaint number 2, Imagine Dragons DLC. Here's the thing. I was all in on Beat Saber. I still like Beat Saber. Beat Saber is still a great game. I think it's wonderful. But the Monster Cat DLC should have been called the Monster Scat DLC because they dropped a monstrously large scat on my face with that piece of trash. And then they come back in the rear and they give me the Imagine Dragons DLC pack. You gotta be kidding me. Here's the thing about Beat Saber. It's great because of 2 reasons. The music and the gameplay. The gameplay is never gonna fault you. The gameplay is awesome. Tracking is great. Sabers are cool. But then 50% of the game almost, and I mean, that's debatable. I'm being nice. I would say at least 50% of the game, if not more, is about the music. If you can't get into the music, if you don't enjoy the music, then the game falters and it loses its luster. So here's the thing. I understand some people like you, Alex, you don't like the techno. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with not always having techno songs. That's cool. That's fine. But then you choose Imagine Dragons? Okay, I'm a techno lover. I like the techno. I've listened to Imagine Dragons, and here's the thing. Their music is average at best. And it all sounds the same. It's not hardcore. It's not something that you really have to move your arms around what's that stupid one? Not Overlord, over something. Like a lot of the songs you could tell they're fast. There's a lot of beats per minute, and you could listen to it without seeing the gameplay, and you know you're gonna get an onslaught of boxes that you're going to have to slash. Well, Imagine Dragons, you listen to it, half the time I want to sleep. I can't jam to that. I can't get into the zone to that. I can't slap boxes to that. I cannot think of a more uninteresting DLC to a game like Beat Saber. So way to slowly turn such an amazing game into the horizon of obscurity. You suck. Next, and here's the big boy. Dude, I am spitting rivets, Alex. Holy, you've already man. Holy crap. You already mentioned Oculus Quest. And this has been a couple weeks now. Obviously, we missed last week. But the thing is, they decided to not have To the Top as part of their library because they felt that I can't even fathom. I think this might be a joke, but it's not April. They said it's too much of a tech demo. Are you effing kidding me? I am, mind you, To the Top is my favorite PSVR game. I understand.
Game of the year for 2018.
Game of the year. And this hurts me. The fact that they did this to Electric Hat and to that game hurts me more than the time I accidentally stapled my tongue to the wall. Because you want a tech demo, you look at Firewall. That every time they add a patch or a new version, it breaks it even farther to the point where it doesn't work one bit. But you know what? That's not about it. That we're not talking about Firewall here. Let's be reasonable. Okay, I know To the Top isn't perfect. Okay, first of all, it has an amazing single-player mode. It's debatedly the best level design in the entire PSVR library. The only other game I think that maybe could be better or at least as good as Astrobot. And then it has replay value out the cow who knows because it's got the Geome collection, it's got the hidden Geomes, all that stuff's fantastic. It's got bonus levels. It's got unlockables. There's actually a multiplayer that even throughout the months and years is still sustainable, and you can still find people on there, which is very odd in the PSVR era. There's so much content there that to get through it, you'll be busier than a cat trying to bury a turd on a tin roof, okay? And you think this is a tech demo? It is not a tech demo, you morons. I understand, okay, it doesn't look realistic, and it's not, quote-unquote, like pretty and looking like something like, oh, I'm in it. I'm in the actual world. But you know what, morons? It's called the style of the game, you dolt. Are you really that stupid? Listen, these Oculus Quest, I don't know who they are, but they're as sharp as a bowling ball. The hilarious thing is that these freaking Oculus people, they are so far back and they are so far behind that they actually think they're ahead of the pack and that they're first. Alex, oh my, these guys, I wasn't going to get an Oculus ever. I wasn't going to get an Oculus Quest. I heard good things. I know someone who has one, and they think it's pretty cool. But they burned me like a painful bowel movement following a steamy night in Tijuana. I'm done with this bullcrap. I am finished with you. I cannot wait for the Oculus to crash and burn, and I will sit there, and I will laugh at you, and I will point fingers, and I will try to drop a monster scat on your face. F you, Oculus. You are buttholes. I feel bad for Electric Cat. I feel bad for the freaking people. Think about the people, Alex. How many millions or maybe hundreds of thousands of people are not going to get to play To the Top now?
I don't know. And that's the thing. I was thinking maybe I'll get an Oculus Quest at some point because I like the idea of untethered VR. And then I hear about this where it's laughable, really. They're turning down one of the best VR games, not just PSVR, just one of the best VR games because they think it looks like a tech demo. But then they spend all their money to get like Vader Immortal, and it's basically just a wave shooter where you can hold a lightsaber. It's absurd to me, and it's silly.
Did they play it?
Who knows? The whole thing is that obviously Facebook has some kind of scheme that they're trying to do with VR, and they want to make Oculus Quest fit with that scheme, and they don't really care about releasing good games. What they want is they want you to play Rec Room and Oculus Quest and mine all your data, and then they're going to make the Facebook VR chat room, and they want you to link your Facebook account, and then they're going to get all your data, and then people are going to try to make cool things for it, and they're not going to let it happen, and so you're not going to be able to play cool stuff, have like the virtual desktop or cool things like, To the Top, stuff like that. It chaps my hide. It's a really good game, and they turn it down because of the tech demo reason. It's absurd. It's stupid. It's short-sighted.
It works perfectly. There's nothing demo-ish about it.
Yeah. So I don't want to talk about Oculus too much, but yeah, this is really stupid. What I'm saying is I'm mad that they are disrespecting one of the top 5 games on the PSVR. In my opinion, it's really an incredible game.
And then you go and you play the Google Stadia, and then you get your data mined, and then they know everything about you.
Yeah, exactly, Adam.
And
Exactly.
that's, you like your data getting mined, so you go to the Google.
Oh, mind me more data.
What?
Nothing. Anyways, let's move on, Adam. Are you done? Are you done?
Okay, here's the thing. We will go back and forth because there are a butt ton of games coming out, and I mean a butt ton.
Yeah,
so the
what
first
the hell? There was nothing coming out this week, and now we have like 8 games coming out. This is stupid, but let's just go through.
there's 8 of them. First of all, the one everyone knows, Vacation Simulator. So this is something I'm definitely interested in. It looks like, Job Simulator, looks like Surgeon Simulator. I like these type of games. They're fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. You don't got to think too hard. It's creative. No, you're not going to get hours and hours of gameplay out of them, but it's great. Every one that they've done, it's been fantastic. Like,
So
they do a good job. What?
I just want to clarify, Adam. This is not related to Surgeon Simulator, just so you know.
But it's like the same type of
I guess
style.
it's a goofy kind of game.
Yeah.
It is a sequel to Job Simulator, which I have and still have not played. Maydays did not get there for me. Adam, you never buy games. Will you buy Vacation Simulator so we can have a back-to-back episode all about simulators?
Well, the issue is with freaking 8 games, it's if we get any of them to review, okay, now we're screwed. Also, tomorrow I'm hell-bent on finding a deal on Trover somewhere, and I'm going to buy it because I was going to wait for a sale, but I've got the itch. I need it, so I'm probably going to be playing that this week too. But
yeah, listen up to the end that you'll have my opinions on that game a little bit. I don't think Adam can handle it, though.
Oh, I'm going to leave. Okay, next game, Alex.
Next game, Mini Mech Mayhem. I should have had the developer's name on here. I don't. But Mini Mech Mayhem, we thought it's been coming out for a long time because it's been on sale. Anyways, join your little mech buddy to plan a flawless strategy, then marvel at just how wrong you were. So here's the thing. I love this tile. It's almost like a tactical RPG. But what you do is you input the commands, the movements you want your character to make over, like, say you could tell them to do 4 moves, like walk forward 1 step, and then move to the right 1 step, and then dash forward 2 steps or something like that. You pre-program the moves, and your opponent will pre-program their moves, and you both hit play at the same time. And apparently your goal is to get your robot to knock another robot into a hole on the board. So it doesn't sound fun, but I've played a game like this on my Neo Geo Pocket Color Facile, and I loved it. It's really fun. You got to start thinking advanced. It's like playing chess where it forces you to think 2 or 3 steps in advance, and it's really enjoyable. The downside is I don't know if this game actually has – well, it has to have combat, right? I mean, I see guns in their hands, but I didn't see that played up too much in the videos that I watched. Either way, I'm very interested in this game. I love that style of gameplay. I don't see enough games utilizing this whole, like, plan your movement in advance and then try to guess and see what happens. But hopefully they pull it off. They got state of play. They got shown in the state of play, so I'm assuming Sony has high hopes for this game. I'm looking forward to it. This is kind of my highlight of this week of releases.
Yeah, for me, you have to be able to talk to the other players. If you can't talk to the other players, you might as well play another strategy-based multiplayer game like Dark Eclipse that is more movement and more action, in my opinion.
We could always just start a party, Adam.
I refuse to play anything with you.
Okay.
Luna is another game coming out. I honestly hadn't heard about this until they put it on the drop. But rather than just try to make up what this game's about, I'm just going to read you what the little summary says. A bird's peaceful summer slumber is disturbed by the majestic call of a mysterious owl. Enticed to swallow I'm not going to go there. I was going to make a joke, but I don't want demonetized. The last piece of the waning moon, the bird has flown far from its Golden Gate home. Unscramble celestial puzzles and create miniature musical worlds. Luna is an interactive fable about learning by the light of unexpected mistakes. I learned nothing from that except the fact that it's going to be a little puzzle game, and it kind of sounds something like Ghost Giant, possibly. And I looked at like screenshots and the trailer. I don't know. Probably not a game for me.
Yeah, so I watched the trailer for this. You know how when Moss came out and I was like ravenous for a third-person action-adventure type game, and then Along Together came out, and that game was fun, but it was like a cheaper version of the kind of thrills that you might get with something like Astrobot or Moss. Yeah. I feel like this is kind of doing the same thing that like Ghost Giant came out and got all this recognition for like this like, you know, weird art style puzzle game that's supposed to be kind of emotional or artistic. And, you know, I was kind of disappointed by Ghost Giant on the whole. This seems like a low-rent version of Ghost Giant. So if I already thought Ghost Giant was underwhelming, I'm afraid that this is probably going to be underwhelming too. Now, watch me. I'm putting my foot in my mouth. I hope the developers weren't thinking about sending us a code for this, and then I just crapped all over it. So I'm not even going to ask.
Not the only thing you put in your mouth.
Yeah, okay. Let's take it there, Adam. Anyways, Adam, tell me about – no, it's my turn to talk. We're going to talk about Mars Alive, Adam. This comes from Winking Entertainment. You might have heard about Mars Alive because they had a Kickstarter not too long ago to get that final push of money that they needed to get this game out into the market. And Adam has some trepidation about that, but I'll just describe real quick. Mars Alive is a survival PSVR game in the open world. After a terrifying explosion, the whole colony was destroyed, and as an astronaut staying on Mars, you have to explore the planet and collect resources to survive in this brutal world and reveal the truth behind the civilization on this red planet, which is full of mystery and conspiracy. Now, before you go any further, Adam, this sounds exactly like the Solus Project. So I don't even know. It sounds like Solus Project plus Red Matter put together. I don't know where this game came from. I haven't played Red Matter, I haven't played Solus Project, but I feel like I own both of them, so why do I even care? Why am I going to care? That being said, Winking can surprise us. They release games that usually have some kind of weird jank to them, but there's elements to them that I find satisfying, like, you know, the aforementioned Walker that everybody hates that I kind of like. So, Adam, what are your thoughts on this? You know, it's a Winking interactive game. Do you have hopes for it? Have they really pulled something special out? What are you thinking?
So I actually kind of goofed. I was going to give money to the Kickstarter, but I didn't realize it was that soon that they were publishing this thing. I think it looks like a good game. The graphics looked impressive. The gameplay looked, pretty good when I looked at the trailers. I'm interested in it, especially, this week, honestly, I feel like we got a couple stars and then we got a couple duds just from seeing the trailer and reading the summaries. So I'm interested in it, and I would play it. I've played Red Matter, and it was like one of those games I was like, all right, it was good. Definitely good, but I wouldn't put it anything better than good. And so, yeah, I think this has potential. If you like those type of games, I think this may be a buy for you. Hopefully it's not too expensive. I don't remember the price. So next is Project Lux. Now, this is a game really for Alex because it looks like what's
Kyrie Mashlight. Go ahead and say it.
No, what's that? What's that style?
Anime.
And so, yeah. Story takes place in a court trial set in futuristic world where most humans have cyber brains. The defendant on trial is an agent who coordinates with artists to create the data for cyber brains to interact with people's emotions. The jury has to investigate what really happened by reliving the memory data of the defendant. So here's the thing. This doesn't sound like a bad game. I love mysteries. I love the fact that there's a murder and that you have to figure out what happened. Here's where Project Lux went to the wayside for me. One, they market it as family friendly. I don't want none of that.
Hold on. Where are you getting that there was a murder?
It was on their website.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. And so website said there was a murder and that it's family friendly. One, like come on. If I wanted to play kid games, I would freaking buy a Nintendo. I want to see some blood. I want to see someone. I want some Resident Evil in there. You want
to see boobies, Adam? Just say it.
Want to see boobies. And not only is it not going to be VR boobies because it's that stupid hentai anime crap. So I don't like the style. I don't like the fact it's family friendly. I'm not going to play this game. That's how it's going to go.
So, the description, it's almost like a polished version of the Ranch Planet scenario. The description makes you think it's one thing, and then you watch a trailer for the game, and it is nothing like what you would imagine the game would be as a description. I watched a trailer for the game. I watched some gameplay footage, and it's just kind of you sitting in a room while an anime girl walks around and talks, and I guess you look at things, and they look at them. Let me tell you, I've played so many games now where I'm just like sitting in a room watching people talk, listening to people talk, and I hate it. I hate it when it happens in Blood and Truth. I'm just sitting there, and they're watching me talk. I'm watching them talk, and they're looking at me, and it's like, God, this is exhausting, having to hold my head in like a certain way just so that I can see you because there's nothing else to look at.
Alex's head's too big. His neck can't
My
hold
head is already large. You put a headset on it, and then you make me look a certain direction and to hold that position. Yeah, I'm starting to feel bad then, Adam, because Arcus Path, I railed on that game. I thought it was so bad because I had to use my head to move around. Maybe I just have a gargantuan head and extremely weak neck muscles. Maybe the problem is me. That being said, this game does not look very fun. I do not want to sit in a room where an anime girl yells at me about some kind of defendant. There's a market for this. Some people like this stuff. I don't like it. I don't see why people could like it. I don't think somebody could explain to me why they like it. So the sad thing is, when the PSVR first came out, there was a demo of it's called Danganronpa. Have you played that, Adam?
Take a guess.
You have not. It's a free demo for PSVR. Now, I played those games on the PlayStation Vita, and they're like visual novel type games, and they are like detective games, and you're in like a school trying to figure out who's murdering all the students, and it's really awesome, and it's a really well-written story, and there's strong characters, and it's still kind of anime-ish, but you still get behind it and love it, and they made a VR version, and the VR version was cool, and it had cool gameplay, and it was exactly what I was hoping somebody would make, and instead nobody made it. They just made like a 10-minute demo and didn't go forward, and we get this crap instead. Just make the damn Danganronpa game. That's what we want. All right, next game on the list is Slumball. Adam, are you going to play Slumball? It looks like what if Vertigo Home actually got the turd that it's flushing out of the toilet and made a game out of... This is way too mean to me. I'm being way too mean about a game that's not even out. Slumball is a physics-based paddleball game with an objective to collect as many points as possible. Slumball is a fun way to exercise and gain coordination without even realizing it. Basically, this is a game where looks like you use the move controller to smack balls out of the air. Smack balls into trash cans, smack cans as they're coming at you out of a fan. It looks like another game made out of basic assets in Unity. I can't get excited about it. Maybe there's going to be a hidden magic that, like Vertigo Home had. Nobody else believes Vertigo Home had hidden magic except for me. Maybe I should try this game. Maybe I'll love it, but I can't see myself getting excited for it. Adam, what are your opinions on Slumball? Is there even a place in PSVR community for the library for something like this?
If I wanted to smack balls, I'd just bend over. I'll tell you what. I'm not that interested in this because I played Spark, which felt like smacking balls, and it sucked. I don't even know if this is multiplayer. I don't even think it is. So then it's like, what? And then the graphics are weird because you have like this AR ball, but then the backgrounds and the environments you're in try to look like they're realistic. I don't know what's going on. It's a weird looking game. I mean, whatever. It's a new game. We get it. I'll play it because why not? And we'll see. You never know when you will get one of those games that you're like, it's not going to be good, but somehow it beats the odds, and it is. I don't know if there's a market for this. I honestly feel like, listen, if you want to exercise, you got Beat Saber, which is proven. People have lost plenty of pounds playing it. You've got Box VR. You've got Spark. You've got Sprint Vector. You have better options. I don't know why you would buy this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Box VR is a good workout. Such a good workout, I had to stop playing it after a week, if you know what I mean. All right, so that's it for all the upcoming games that are coming out this week or next week or whatever. We haven't played any. Hopefully we can figure out what some of these games are like whenever you actually can hear us talk about it next week after they've come out, after you've made your decision on whether or not to buy the game. Adam, you look confused. I'm obviously rambling a bit, so let's just move on to segment 2. Does that sound good?
What did you mean?
Nah, don't worry about it, man. It's getting late, and we got to keep this ball rolling. So everybody, just hang tight, keep slapping box, and we'll see you in segment 2.
ready to record in 3, 2. Oh, are we live?
We're alive, Adam. We're alive. We made it.
Stephanie, we're alive. Okay, we're in a segment 2 of the podcast, and right now we've got an itch. It's not a crotch itch. It's an itch to talk about VR and the future of VR, and what better way to do that than to talk about E3 and VR E3. So, Alex, I didn't get a chance to watch it because they did it in the middle of the freaking day, and some of us actually have to work, Alex, unlike you who just sits there and watches it. So my first question is, what did you think about the quality of the VR E3, of the broadcast itself, and then its specific relevance of PSVR? Because I know they talked about HTC and Oculus, all types of VR. I want to know, was there a lot of PSVR in relative percentage, or what was that like?
So, it's kind of just to answer your question broadly. I didn't expect huge things from this presentation. It's the first year Upload VR was doing an E3 showcase, and Sony was not going to be here, so there was some chance for them to take some of Sony's thunder with the PSVR stuff. Unfortunately, I feel like if Sony has any hot items in their back pocket that they're going to try to wow us with, they're not going to let those slip and let some other third party, some website spill those beans for them. That being said, if we were to compare this E3 showcase to something like, Nintendo Direct or Microsoft's Xbox showcase at E3, that's an unfair comparison. This isn't a game development group or a publishing group. This is just enthusiast website trying to put together their own show to try to give VR its own little corner at E3, and I applaud them for doing that. But in terms of just presentation, yeah, I like that they didn't waste our time. They just kind of showed, trailer after trailer after trailer. They showed a little bit of information from developers. That was cool. I thought it was cool that the developers were all aboard at this idea of doing a VR showcase. So they, kindly did some of the interviews and things like that, gave us some, conversation about developing these games. Now, like I said earlier, it was kind of boring after a little bit because you're just kind of seeing the same kind of game over and over again, and that was disappointing. There was a whole lot of PC VR, Oculus Quest stuff. Of course, Oculus Quest just came out. Everybody's going to want to get their game on Oculus Quest, so they're announcing new things to release on Oculus Quest. And then every once in a while, you'll see a cool game, and you just know it's not going to be on the PSVR because they're doing some crazy tracking thing that is not going to work on the PSVR. But they threw us a bone, 1 or 2 bones, and said, "Hey, PSVR, we're not forgetting about you. Here's some games for you." One was just there was one where they just said, basically, Gollum is coming out still. Trust us. And that was it. They showed a little bit of artistic renderings of the game. And they're like, don't worry, we're still working on it. That's about it. Not a release date, not footage of the game, real new footage of the game, no gameplay or anything. It's just them kind of being like, hey, we promise it still exists, which makes me think it doesn't exist. It's slowly going away. So yeah, percentage-wise, maybe 25% of it was for PSVR, and I understand it. There's a whole PCVR niche out there that doesn't have a flagship company like Sony behind it, giving it a big push. Would I wanted to see more? Yeah. Was I happy with what I saw? Moderately, but the stuff that's really going to make me happy is going to be a Sony showcase. Another state of play to try to get me hyped for PSVR again.
So, would you rather watch a state of play or the broadcast they put on?
Well, because we are a PSVR podcast and I only have a PSVR, I would much rather watch a state of play because anything VR related coming out of there is going to be something curated by Sony to try to get you hyped for the PSVR. Whereas this is hey, if you can squeeze it in, we're going to show it for you. And I understand that, but I'd much rather I wish Sony would have had something at this E3 is basically what I'm saying. And they didn't give us anything, and I understand why. It's just disappointing.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. I think probably we have a ton of games here. Dude, I want to talk about them. I want to get your thoughts because I have my own initial thoughts, and we'll try to go relatively quick except for the ones that lend themselves to more of a conversation. So the first one here, Rebellion, I love them because I love Battlezone. I still like Battlezone. If I could play Battlezone, if you would hop on Battlezone right now, I would quit this podcast this second and get online. But they're creating Sniper Elite VR. So creators of Battlezone making a new game. They did a good job with Battlezone. They continued to add some type of DLC to it. I would have liked to see maybe a little more, but I trust them. I'm excited for this just because I believe in the brand. I believe in the studio, and I love me some Battlezone.
So, yeah, Rebellion, they put out Battlezone. That's great. They also published Arcus Path, which really was disappointing. I don't know for sure if this is a similar team. If this is a similar team as Battlezone and they're putting their weight behind Sniper Elite VR, Sniper Elite is kind of Rebellion's flagship franchise. This is what they make most of their money off of. They've released like 4 or 5 iterations of this game in the flat space, and so they're finally invading the VR space. They're going to have aim controls. They're going to have move controls. They're going to have dual shot controls. However you want to play the game, you'll be able to play the game. And a game based on sniping, the graphics look semi-realistic, so that kind of bodes well. We don't get some Minecraft clone type thing. They have like a slow motion bullet cam, which sounds really cool, and it looks like it would be really cool. Of course, only footage I've seen is flat footage. But clearly, this is a franchise that they are interested in preserving the quality of, and they know how to make a really good VR game if this is a similar people who got behind Battlezone. So this might be one of the best games that I can get excited for that I saw at E3. They showed some footage of it. It looks really fun. I could get excited about it. Aim controls, this is probably my highlight of the E3 is basically what I'm saying, Adam.
Wow.
Right out of the gate. I blew my load. Let's move on to the next one. Next on the list, we have Scraper. What's it called? Scraper First Strike. Adam's got the poster behind him. Got a couple posters. Surprised he's not wearing a shirt. It's the only shirt he owns. This releases July 2nd. It's coming out really soon. They said they were going to release it sooner, and I guess it took them a while, but they came out and kind of did a Gollum thing and said, trust us, it's still coming out, and then they actually told us when it's coming out. They seem really interested in making this game a thing. I'm happy about that. I want to play it. Labradex Studios, send us a review code or something like that. I'm interested in this game. They seem motivated to have a good story. They have things like lore and information about the guns and stuff like that, which I don't need, but that's cool. The attention to detail will get you a decent way in making me love your VR game. And so I'm excited about this game, Adam. Do you have much to say about Scraper other than you're gonna shill for them because they sent you 2 posters?
Yes. So the next game, Survios. We love Survios. They are the PSVR defenders. They're the ones who keep putting out absolute gems. Next game is called Battle Wake. And so the trailer kind of showed quite a bit. Definitely the graphics looked very good. And I know it's not full gameplay, so of course the graphics are probably going to look good on the trailer, but they definitely do. I don't know. How would you best describe this, Alex? Because it almost looked like maybe you were pirates and there was some combat in there and you were on some ships battling other ships, and it looked like a fairly diverse amount of gameplay. But to wrap it up in one little bow, how would you best describe this game?
It's a ship combat game. Really, if you have played Bow to Blood and you liked it, this is probably more of that. Survios, they're a really good developer. Their games come out really polished. The mechanics typically work really well. I can't think of them making a game I haven't enjoyed playing. So, of course, I'm looking forward to this. I kind of hope they don't steal Bow to Blood's thunder too much. I hope they don't get too much recognition for making a ship combat game because Bow to Blood did it very, very well, and I don't think they got enough props for it. That being said, I'm very happy to play this. I don't know if they said it. I should have paid closer attention. If this has multiplayer, that's going to help put it over the top because Bow to Blood didn't have multiplayer, and that was disappointing. I would love to blow up your ship, Adam, and laugh at you as you drown deep in the waters, begging for me to get you out with a life preserver, and I just duke you all over that life preserver and throw that down at you, and then you don't touch it because you don't want to get duty on you.
I'll eat it. So my thought is, honestly, I thought this game looked average. It doesn't look bad. I might give it a shot, but it didn't look great. It didn't look super interesting. One thing I will say that may help is that you can apply for a closed beta. I don't know when that form is up. I need to probably take a little look, see if we can apply for it, Alex. But that is the perfect little tease, the little hole in the shirt where the nipple is just barely showing. It teases you a little bit, gets me wet, and then boom, they got my attention, then I buy at full price because I got to play, I got an idea of what the gameplay is like, and they had an opportunity to woo me. So I've been wooed. Now who? I tried to have a transition. I don't know. You can mention the next game.
Adam was trying to segue into the Doctor Who game, Doctor Who: The Edge of Time. Adam, have you ever seen any Doctor Who stuff?
I could care less. I know he has a telephone booth called TARDIS, and
you know more than me about this, so maybe we should have had you talk about it. This is going to be an adventure game, a Doctor Who adventure game in VR. I'm not a fan of Doctor Who, but it's a big franchise, which, I always like it when somebody puts polish behind stuff. This could either be a Justice League type situation where it's a total turd, or it could be a Batman Arkham VR situation where it's actually really fun, according to what people say. So I really don't know how to take this. What I saw looked polished and looked well done. I'd probably enjoy it. I hope you don't have to be a big fan of Doctor Who to enjoy what they're doing here. That would be disappointing because I haven't seen much and I don't have the time to watch, however many 100 seasons of Doctor Who or however many they're doing. But I know it's got a big fan base out there. I'm sure there's something quality to look forward to. Anything else to say, Adam?
I think the next thing to say is that Gollum is, Alex mentioned, it's still on the horizon. I feel like I've been waiting for this game forever. I'll tell you a little tidbit here, Alex, which is kind of funny. When we started the website in, what would that have been? It was last October, I guess. So October of 2017?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. 2017, yeah.
So around that time, I saw information about Gollum for the PSVR. So I sent out a feeler email to be like, hey, we're interested. Is there a way we could help contact you or bring Gollum to light via the podcast or website or whatever? It's been almost 2 years and it's still not out. It's hilarious. Graphically, it looks very good. Honestly, it better be good because we've been waiting for this thing forever. So that's all we know. Gollum, it supposedly exists. We don't have proof. There's nothing else that shows that they're furthering on the game, but whatever.
When a game keeps getting delayed like this, it never really bodes well. I mean, look at Duke Nukem Forever. It came out and it was kind of a turd. The thing that makes me nervous about this game is that when we first saw it, we thought it was going to be some kind of like sword fighting kind of action game. Maybe at least that's the feeling I got looking at the trailers and pictures and things like that. And I think they did a live demo of people playing it at the last E3 maybe, and it still looked like some kind of like action type game. But this last thing made it look almost like a story-based adventure like a more passive game, which is disappointing. And it looked very different from what we had seen previously. So it's almost like, did you just make a different game and call it the same name? Try to keep
not like Eden Tomorrow. Please tell me it's not like Eden Tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played Eden Tomorrow, but
it sucks.
I don't know, man. This game better be pretty good for as long as they're drawing it out. I'm sure Sony's going to be pretty upset if we get another turd like Impatient or something like that. Can
you please say turd one more time?
Turd.
You have been saying turd. It is I'm serious. You say turd more than I say dick.
Yeah, I probably do, but it doesn't match with your bump. All right. Mini Mech Mayhem, it's coming out. We already talked about this, Adam, but they showed it again. See, that's the thing. The Upload VR E3 thing showed us a lot of stuff we already know. Mini Mech Mayhem's coming out. We're looking forward to it. Move on to the next game, Adam. Pistol Whip.
This game I think it is my hidden gem of the VR E3 because here's the thing. Pistol Whip it's a first-person shooting game. It looks really fast action. So I've only seen one trailer for this game, but it looked real good. What it reminds me of is Super Hot, but very fast. Not slow motion where you have to do Matrix types of movements with your body to dodge bullets and things, but a very fast-paced. You are rushing through it, almost like a cross between Beat Blaster and Super Hot, which if you've played those two games and imagine them together, it's going to be awesome. The graphics aren't super realistic, but it's the style of the game. It looks very good. I think the PS4 can handle the fast gameplay of it. And I think it looks like it's going to be really fun. Hopefully the tracking is okay because, again, Move controllers suck big balls. But I think game looked very good. I think it was underrated by a lot of people watching the broadcast and talking about the games after the fact. I'm excited for this. There's only one other game that I really think could be better. Other than that, this was my game that I was like, wow, I want to play that. Like, it made me stop, made me interested. I'm ready for it. I don't know a date that it's going to be released. Hopefully, maybe not too soon or too long. At least, surely, by the end of 2019.
Yeah, it looks really stylish, looks colorful and fast-paced and fun. It just depends on how well that stuff is integrated. I mean, you're not going to know how good it is until you play it. If it plays as good as it looks, then we're in for a treat. Up next on the list, we have Acorn, Attack of the Squirrels.
Wrong.
Oh, you called it Akron, Adam.
No. I double-checked. That's legit the name of the game.
I just looked it up, man. I just looked it up. Oh, my goodness.
I will end you because I typed out. I was like, no, that's...
Oh, my God, you're right. Akron.
That's right. That is right. You owe me something.
Yeah, I owe you something, Adam. I'm sorry. I apologize. Akron, Attack of the Squirrels.
Isn't that stupid? Can we talk about how stupid that is while we're...
This is like an asymmetric multiplayer game. If you play in VR, it's like a wave shooter where you have these squirrels or something coming at you and you have to attack them so they don't get to your tree or something. And then if you are, if you're the other person playing who's not playing in VR, it looks like you can play on your phone. Maybe you play with a DualShock on the TV or something. You're a squirrel running around trying to collect acorns and I guess attack a tree in the middle. Maybe it's cooperative or something like that. I don't know. It has a wave shooter-ish vibe to it. It could be good, but I just don't find myself having 4 people who want to sit around and watch me play a VR game while they play maybe not that great of a game on their cell phone.
It sounds like, and it looks like a game that should be in the Playroom. The VR Playroom.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a standalone game. I think it's not going to be great. I'm not very impressed.
I just wonder, is it that common to have like people just hanging out in your living room wanting to watch you play VR? I mean, maybe it happens. I just don't have any friends, so I never get to experience.
Local multiplayer, then they're playing. Otherwise, you're right.
Yeah, but they
want to do that.
They're playing, but the name of the game isn't to play some cell phone game. Like, the whole reason this game exists is because there's an interest in VR. Would you play the non-VR portion of this game by yourself? It's probably not that fun. So that's the deal.
The whole game doesn't look fun, VR or not VR. So I'm not playing the game, regardless of if I'm on the couch, on the pot, or in the John. I'm not playing it.
Dropping a turd?
No doubt. I hate you. What I will play, though, is budget cuts. So I've heard very good things. The trailer doesn't say too much about it. It's coming out fall of 2019, so it is coming out, pretty soon. Alex, I think you know a little more about this game than I do, but just of the things I've heard about the game, I'm looking forward to seeing the port of it to PSVR.
Yeah, this has been one of those games on the PCVR that people are always talking about, and then I'm afraid it might come to PSVR, and we're like, this is really what you got hyped about? Space Pirate Trainer was a good port, and then there was some other game that came out recently, and we finally played it, and it's like, this is what you guys got hyped about? We don't understand it. That being said, it looks like a fun game. I'm kind of nervous because it looks like a lot of the combat, basically in this game, you're going around and attacking robots by throwing knives at them. Now, I hate throwing things in VR. It is the least fun thing for me to do in VR is to try to throw something. If this game doesn't have it figured out perfectly, it's going to be a very awful game. I do not want to throw anything in VR. Damn it, games. Blood and Truth had it too, freaking throwing paper balls into a basketball goal. I hate this. I hate doing this. It doesn't work in VR. Even if the tracking was perfect, you don't have weight. There's no momentum. There's no inertia throwing something into a hoop. It's not fun. It's gimmicky, and it sucks. So if this game is...
They need to talk to Truant Pixel because what they did with 2MD football was incredible. Felt perfect. Unlike anything that I've experienced. I don't know how they do it. Why that small of a studio is able to do it and no one else can. Someone needs to contact them because otherwise you're absolutely right. This game will be ruined.
Yeah, but so it kind of looks like it has a Portal vibe to it, though. These, ironic, sarcastic robots walking around. I don't know what the story is, but it sounds like you got to kill robots to preserve your job. I hope it's not just like a playground type thing where you are attacking these robots and they're not really attacking you back, and there's not much danger to the game, like danger, people trying to take you out. But I've heard great things, so I'm sure it's going to be a fun game. How about that?
Let's hope.
Yeah. Up next, Adam, what's next?
Oh, dude, this is the game of them all, baby. This is the one I'm hanging my hat on and hoping that brings us through. Aspire 1. So this, dude, it's dope, dog. It is dope. I'm going to say it definitely looks like the best game that they showed at VR E3. Shooter game, great explosions, fun-looking gameplay, great graphics. Hopefully there's a name controller involved. It looks real quality. So it looks like the Persistence, but it's more gun heavy, and you're not like, it's not a stealth game. Imagine the Persistence, but you're being the attacker because you don't have to be stealthy. It looks good. All we know is it's coming out in 2019, which is fantastic because, we only got 6 more months, so we know it's going to be in the next 6 months. It looks really good. It's one of the best trailers that I've seen all year, honestly.
So I want to argue with you against Adam. I think it is a stealth game. I mean, they hype it up as they hype it up as like a like Metal Gear Solid type game in VR.
Oh, okay.
Which means you're going to be killing guys, you're going to be attacking guys. Yeah, you're right, but it's not going to be run and gun like Doom. So there's some stealth to it, but I see what you're saying. It's not like it doesn't seem like a preserve your ammunition and avoid fighting game like Persistence was at some point. Yeah, this game looks great. I'll be honest, I kind of checked out because I had to do some work during the thing, so I didn't get to see this trailer, and everybody talked about how great it looked, and I had my doubts. I just watched the trailer here recently. It looks awesome. It's made by the people who did Killing Floor, and I really enjoyed Killing Floor. That's a good run and gun game. They have similar mechanics polished up a bit. I saw you climb in this game. That's awesome. If it's like a real free roaming type climbing, give me a pistol in my hand and let me play to the top with a pistol. If this game is anything like that, I'm hyped for it. I'm ready for it. Yeah, 2019. I don't need an aim controller. I'll do it with the moves. It sounds like it looks cool, looks fun. This is right up there with what's the other game I said was the best right out of the gate?
Sniper Elite.
Sniper Elite. Yeah, this is right up there with that in terms of what I'm excited about. Up next, Adam, The Walking Dead Onslaught. So this is another Survios game. They got the Walking Dead license, so hooray for them. That's a lot of money in their pocket, most likely. The downside is I saw what they showed, the Upload VR thing. First of all, they didn't even say it was a PSVR game. I thought for sure there wasn't going to be a PSVR version from the way they talked about it. They showed some pre-alpha footage, so of course it's not going to look great, and it didn't look great, and I wasn't excited about it from what I saw. But I am excited for Survios to do something for us. They said they learned from playing raw data and making raw data how to do a shooting game, and raw data does feel good shooting. Now turn raw data into a zombie game. Maybe give us some actual levels to walk around in, and this could be a really fun time. Adam, are you ready for another game like Arizona Sunshine or something, Adam?
This looks like Arizona Sunshine. I can only hope that to do a better job than Arizona Sunshine. The game looks repetitive. It showed like maybe 3 different ways to kill people. Or zombies, rather. And that was stab them in the head with a knife or shoot them. And that's literally all it looked like. It looked like the same 4-second loop, just with a different zombie that you stabbed in the head or shot in the face. Which, again, is cool. I like shooting people in the face. I like stabbing things in the head. But that was it. The colors seemed off. Like some of the zombies seemed like really bright and colorful, kind of, which was weird. I don't know. The thing is, I hope this is what I wanted from Arizona Sunshine. I don't know anything about The Walking Dead. I don't care about that. But if they do Arizona Sunshine, but in a better fashion that isn't broken and doesn't suck, then I'm definitely on board, and I would purchase it. It's coming out in the fall of 2019. It's coming up. So let's boogie. Also, while we're talking about it, what? We made a difference, Alex. We did it. We complained about Target so much 2 weeks ago that they are now doing same-day deliveries. So congratulations, Alex. Thank you for being a part of making a difference.
Yeah, hashtag FTarget. Am I right? It sounds like our listeners really came out in full force, pumped that hashtag FTarget, and now Target's doing the same day delivery, all because your kind gentleman at PlayPSVR advocated for you. We were disappointed on your behalf that they could not deliver games to us in a timely manner so that we could give you our appropriate opinions of these said games. Hashtag FTarget in full effect. If you want results, talk to PlayPSVR. Adam and I are going to get on your back. We're going to get on your enemy's back, and we're going to make things happen. Play PSVR 2020. See you at the debates.
That's right. And what's great about this is not only did we make a difference, but I pre-ordered Wolfenstein Cyberpilot from Target. So hopefully now I will actually get it on time. Game, we've seen that trailer before. It looks good, interesting, looks like a Wolfenstein game, so I'm looking forward to it. They said it's going to come out in 2019, which is great because we really didn't know when it was going to come out. So I'm glad it's going to be coming out this year. I've got, I don't want to say high hopes. I guess somewhat high hopes. I don't think it's going to be a miraculous game changer, but I do hope that it's a solid game. Very much like Doom VFR was.
Did they show new footage of it? I can't find new footage of it.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer that they had shown.
So the stuff that they showed like last year didn't really get me super excited. And the way that Bethesda's been supporting VR, like Doom VFR could really use a good patch, like a pro patch or maybe something for the move controls, and they're not really doing anything for that. I'm nervous that they're going to kind of phone this in, which they'd be stupid to do it. You know, this is their chance to make some money off of VR. So I just don't. I'm nervous about it, man. I'm nervous. I hope it's good. I mean, I'm down to try it for sure. It's a good license. Wolfenstein. I like their games. Their modern games. It's great. I think Target probably is not going to do same day delivery because you made your pre-order before their same day delivery. So
I dare them to try.
What if they try to charge you $10 more for it? Will you do it? Like, you need to pay us more money, and then we'll do same-day delivery.
What I would do is I would urinate on my hand and then backslap their supervisor in the face.
Anything to pee on your hand, Adam. That's gross. Mm-hmm. All right, up next we have – so this was a weird one, I thought. Angry Birds 2, Under Pressure. So that's right. We just had an Angry Birds game come out on PSVR, and now we have another Angry Birds game. Adam, you really enjoyed it. I think you gave us something stupid like an 8 out of 10 for Angry Birds on PSVR. What?
That's a joke.
Are you ready for another Angry Birds? Do you have enough in your body to power you through another legendary Angry Birds experience on the PSVR?
No, it looks like it's for children. The first game wasn't great. I mean, it was Angry Birds in 3D. I mean, kind of cool, but it's nothing more than a game that's like I have literally nothing else to play. I don't know who I would tell to buy this game unless you have kids that you want to introduce to VR. There's just no reason that you would play this game or the first game.
So to go against that just a little bit, Adam, I didn't play the first game. I'm not interested in playing it. This one looked to have a little bit different gameplay involved. Maybe they've actually made a real game out of it this time. This game is releasing at the same time. Apparently they made an Angry Birds 2 movie, or they're making one, and I think this is to kind of tie in with that, which could be good. It could be bad that it's just like a cheap tie-in. I don't know. But I like the first Angry Birds movie. It's pretty funny. It's kind of charming. And if some of that charm is in the second movie and some of that charm is in this game, and this game is actually focused on being more of a full game, this could be something good rather than just like a port of a cell phone game, just to kind of make some money off Angry Birds. That being said, I can't get too hyped about it, but it's probably going to have polish, and it might be worth checking out.
What isn't, at least for me, worth checking out is The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. It's by Fast Travel Games, which I like them. Apex Construct is a wonderful game. You should definitely have it if you don't. But I cannot think of a game that I care so little about. The only exceptions of games that I wouldn't want to play other than this would be Special Delivery and 18 Floors. This game looks pretty bad for my personal taste. The claymation type of graphics actually looks kind of cool. I'll give it that. But the perspective is kind of neat. Same thing with like a Moss or Ghost Giant, in which you are above the surroundings and you have to actually look around and interact. But it just looks like too cute. It looks like they're going to try to tug on your heartstrings. I'm not interested in this. if we get it, it's all you, Alex, because I know you like to cry and really feel emotions and all that crap. So not interested in it. I could see why someone would be, but yeah.
So I can't get excited about this. Listening to them describe this game, it just felt boring. Like I was bored listening to them describe it. I saw some of the footage. The footage just seemed kind of boring. Ghost Giant really soured me on these kind of experiences where it's like as pretty and polished and good as Ghost Giant was, I still just didn't care. I just didn't care. I don't see how I'm going to care about this game. The only thing that has me interested in this game is that the developers are the ones who made Apex Construct, which was a really fun game to play. Maybe they can actually finish the story of this game. That might make it worth playing because Apex
that would be hilarious.
Just ends. It doesn't end. It just stops. So
yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully this is worth looking into. I need to see more footage before I make a full assessment. What does look really fun, and I just ranted about games looking like Skyrim, kind of being a repeat of stuff we've already seen before. Undead Citadel, we've seen games like it before with melee combat. We've played, what was that one game? Not Immortal Legacy. You know what I'm talking about. In Death. It looks like In Death, but damn it, if I'm not excited, violent, knocking the heads off of skeletons, these cool environments, good graphics. Maybe they actually care about how the combat feels rather than letting you just wave a 100-pound sword around like it's light as a feather. So, yeah, I was hyped from the first trailer they showed us a long time ago. I'm hyped now. Undead Citadel, come at me, guys. I want to play this.
Yeah, it looks very good. I'm very excited for this. This is another maybe I won't even say hidden gem because I think people are excited for it and it does look very good. But it's the one that I thought maybe would give Aspire 1 a run for its money because it really does. It looks fantastic. It looks really fun. I'm excited to play that. Unfortunately, no release date that I know of. Maybe I missed it. So, now we get to the less fun stuff. Carbon Studio is releasing a Wizards Dark Times DLC. Here's the thing. I'm going to have to be honest with you, Alex. I'm going to have to be honest with you, fans. I didn't even finish the regular game, let alone a DLC. Make your game not boring as tits. Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll beat it. Maybe I'll play your DLC. As of now, I am not playing the rest of the game, and I am not going to play the DLC.
So I finished the Wizards. It wasn't great. It was good. It got way better towards the end when it kind of felt a bit more cohesive. So if that momentum that they have of the game getting better towards the end is carried into the DLC and we get a more fleshed out combat, more fleshed out enemies and things like that, this could be something worth checking out. Now, the press release I read, the things that I read made it sound like this is almost just they're calling it a sequel without really changing up the engine, just like giving you some extra levels. So you'll have to pay for it. I don't know. I think they mentioned a couple things like they kind of make the game smoother too, which I can look forward to and appreciate that. So this could go either way. Like I've said about other games, the Wizards ended on a high note with me. Let's hope they keep that high note and take it even higher. Then that'll be worth looking into. Next, we have I Expect You to Die DLC. Now, this, they hyped it, at least the feeling I got was that this was almost like a sequel. But then I read comments and people were like, I think it might just be like one more level. Adam, you played I Expect You to Die, right?
Mm-hmm, sure did.
So one more level, how much content is that going to be for you? Like how many more hours of gameplay is that going to be?
Hours, I think, would be a stretch. The thing is, a lot of it depends on the fact, obviously, how good of a problem solver are you in critical thinking, because you may get lucky or you may just be better at solving puzzles than me, and it may take me an hour and a half to solve a room, and it may take you 40 minutes. Like, it's kind of hard to debate. I would say, on average, it's going to at least be around an hour. But again, first you should have the game. The game is very good, and it is lengthy, especially now because they've already added at least one additional level, if not two, and then they're adding this one. It is a very good game. It's very funny. It's very well made. It's very clever. Strongly suggest you get it. And so it's called the Seat of Power is the new level, and I don't mind that's only one level. I don't mind one bit. I say bring it on. That DLC I will play.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, is this what they've been working on since the game came out? If that's the case, then it should be almost like a sequel in terms of how much content there is. But if this ends up being like the Arizona Sunshine DLC where you pay $2, you're like, oh, what a great deal. Oh no, it's like $2 for like 15 minutes of gameplay. That's going to be a disappointment. Like, why even hype it if it's just going to be like a little bit of extra bonus content? Why even bring that to E3 and then kind of limply drop that on us? So,
Well, first DLC was free. The extra level.
I Expect You to Die?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, then it's like, let's go, little doggy.
Maybe.
And, yeah. I'm sure they'll probably move on to other things, and they still love this game. It still gets great reviews and people are enjoying it. So if they throw us a level, every 5 months, especially if they're not making us pay for it, that's icing on top of the cake, big boy.
I feel like you're going to have to pay for this, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, last game on the list, Adam, Arizona Sunshine, the damned DLC. Are you ready for more Arizona Sunshine?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is there any indication that this is going to be more than what we got last time? That pseudo prequel or whatever they had last time. I'm going to look up a trailer right now while you talk.
I don't think there isn't much information in general. Now, here's the thing. The last DLC, okay, it was $3 and a multiplayer, so we got to play. It was like, what, maybe 40 minutes? Honestly, if it were $3, okay, I would do that again. It's still not great. It's still Arizona Sunshine. It still has serious problems. And I will say one thing they did is stick true to what they're doing. The DLC was just like the game. It suffered from the same things as the game. It looked just like the actual game. So I kind of respect the fact that they are like, this is the DLC, but this is the game. They're not trying to alter what they were attempting to do or change the overall creative output or the main concept of the game. But I still don't like the game. I still think it sucks. So I don't know. If it's cheap and multiplayer, I'll probably buy it to play with you. But other than that, I don't want to play this game again.
So here's what I'll say. I just watched the trailer while you were talking. Game comes out August 27th. That's pretty soon. In the trailer, the game looked sharper. The gameplay looked the same, as in the same zombies are there, the same character models are there that you're fighting. So that's, that basic AI. So the main gameplay loop hasn't changed. But I saw the player walking. They were walking with the two guns in their hands. So they're dual wielding and moving in smooth locomotion. Maybe they figured out a decent way to do smooth locomotion with the dual wielding. That would be fun. So maybe there's something there for us. Maybe that would be enjoyable. I don't know. Maybe they've tightened up everything and the game feels less janky like it used to. That would be enough for me to be excited about. But yeah, like you said, if it's 30 minutes, I can't get too excited. If it's like an hour or 2 hours worth of content, like a real meaty DLC, yeah, let's get on board, man. I liked Arizona Sunshine, even though it was janky.
You did. And what you don't like as a listener is the fact that we're heading into the last segment. We're sorry, we can't podcast forever, but you got one more segment to really enjoy. We will be right back.
All right, play PSVR, the podcast, segment 3, coming at you with some sales and some talking about Trover. So yes, the Power A play of the week for Play PSVR, the podcast. I played Blood and Truth. I didn't get
Okay, wait, but before you ruin it, that's not how this is supposed to go. The Power A play of the week is Play PSVR, the podcast. Listen, there weren't any games this week, you fool. None of these games really got me bubbled up and excited. Here's the thing. You just admitted Blood and Truth wasn't great, and a lot of people are saying it doesn't live up to the hype, although it is a good game. It doesn't live up to all the hype that people are saying. Trover, you're going to talk to us about here in a bit. Everybody's Golf is good, not great. So instead of giving this prestigious honor to some of these freaking games, we're going to give it to ourselves. Go to playpsvr.com and listen to the past episodes of the podcast, because that is the Power A play of the week.
Okay, I had no idea we were doing that. I think it's a good decision, Adam. I think you're right. We are the Power A Play of the Week. That
Yeah,
being
baby.
said, I do want to give a shout out to Trover. So out of these, who would have thought that out of the heavy hitters coming out, we got Blood and Truth, we got Everybody's Golf VR, and we have Trover Saves the Universe. Who would have thought that Trover Saves the Universe not only would be the best game of those three, but also one of the best games for the PSVR? Can you believe it, Adam? Are
Wait,
you
I
surprised?
here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna leave because like I'm gonna buy the game and I don't want you to ruin it. You said you weren't gonna ruin it, but anything that you say will just subliminally change me. Okay, I'm like a little sheep. You're gonna say something that's gonna change the way I think about it. So I'm gonna take off the earplugs. I'm not gonna be able to hear you one bit. And then when you are ready for me to come back on, Alex, do this.
Okay.
You can do anything. You can talk about anything because I have them out. I don't care. I'm not listening to it until I've played it. So the air is yours. Best of luck.
All right, so listeners, if you have any stick pics that you're really trying to get rid of, go ahead and send them straight to Adam at playpsvr.com. But while he's not listening, I'm going to talk about Trover Saves the Universe. Here's the deal. Trover Saves the Universe, I had the thought that, this Justin Roiland dude, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan, but this Justin Roiland dude, he is wanting to put some money into a good game. He's got this game studio, and he's obviously got the writing chops to make something interesting with writing. That's what we saw in Accounting Plus. It was goofy, it was off the wall. It wasn't really coherent, but it was entertaining to say the least. He's got Rick and Morty, one of the most revered cartoons, even though I haven't seen it. People seem to love it. So he knows what he's doing on that front. But here he's taken a game, and he's added some actual gameplay design. So in Trover Saves the Universe, it's a 3D action game, something, like a platform, but you have a sword, so you're attacking enemies with a sword. And in this game, the story is pretty crazy. And like Adam said, I don't want to spoil this for anybody, but the crux of the story is that there's some, celestial being who kidnaps your dogs, and he sticks your dogs into his eye holes, and that gives him power. But that giving him powers also makes your dogs suffer. So you are what's called a Chair-Orpian. You're a person who's stuck in a chair. You live on a planet of people who are stuck in chairs. And this guy named Trover, who also has this weird eye thing going on with he calls them like super babies that he sticks in his eyes to give him powers. He comes to your house. He's like, hey, man, we got to go figure out what's happening and save the universe because this guy's going to destroy the universe if we don't go get your puppies back or something like that. So what happens is he sticks something in his eye. I might be remembering this incorrectly. Stick something in his eye so that you can control him with your DualShock. And it's kind of funny. The controller that you have in the game looks a lot like the Astrobot controller, almost like a wink and a nod to the fact that this is like a more mature version of Astrobot. But the crux of the gameplay is you're this person sitting in a chair, and you can move Trover around in these worlds, like a platforming type world. And there's little portals where when Trover gets to it, you can hit R2 and you teleport to that portal. It adjusts your viewpoint. You have buttons that can elevate you and lower you to 3 different tiers, so you can get kind of an overhead view of the level too if you want to have a clear, vantage point from the jumping that you're doing. Trover's got to jump. He can glide a little bit. You can get double jumps, stuff like that, basic platforming elements. There's attacking you can do. You're fighting monsters that come out. Nothing's really rough. The combat's not difficult, but there's enough there to keep things interesting, kind of like what we saw with Moss. I think it's actually a little bit more involved than Moss. That being said, the game is polished. The writing is funny. It's enjoyable. It's got some of that rambly talk that Justin Roiland does. If you don't like that rambly talk, or if you're tired of it, I get it. But it's still much better than like just the bad crap we're so used to in dialogue in video games. So at that point, I'm the kind of guy who can listen to audio logs and have a good time. So I'm playing a decent to good platforming game in virtual reality with these pretty environments. And the dialogue that I'm hearing while these people are just walking around is funny. It's hilarious to me. And so I really have nothing bad to say about it. This game doesn't have frustrating puzzles. It doesn't bother you with things that are supposed to be like, gee whiz, VR. It even plays on that stuff where some things are getting in your face, and there's like a story reason why it's getting in your face, and it's kind of funny. The game is not for kids. There's a lot of adult jokes, a lot of mature stuff going on, a lot of gruesome stuff going on, so I will say that. But to be perfectly honest, I played Blood and Truth. I didn't beat it. I played this. I'm almost done with it. And the reason I'm almost done with this is because I'd much rather play this, spend my time with this, than spend my time with Blood and Truth. this is a refreshing experience. It's a unique experience. It's a completely non-frustrating experience, which I think is something a lot of VR games need to work towards being, is non-frustrating. The tracking doesn't mess up. The headset doesn't drift on me. The environments are fun to be in and look around in without wasting your time forcing your head to look around. I just keep wanting to go forward when I play this game, and I'm really happy this game came out. So I don't know what else there is to say because I don't have somebody bouncing things off of me, but Trover Saves the Universe is clearly the winner of the past recent heavy hitters that are coming out. I love this game. I highly recommend it to everybody, even at full price. But I think the reason Adam's going to go get it is I think they're on sale at Walmart for like $25 or something stupid like that. I might just go buy it because I think the physical copies are going to be hard to come by in the future. So, Adam, are you watching me? I'm doing this thing for you, buddy. He doesn't even see me. How long am I going to have to keep doing this? Oh, my God, Adam, please put the freaking headset in so we can keep going. And so that is how Trover dies.
Yeah, bull crap. I don't believe that. Also, man, I didn't think you were going to stop. Look, I did so much stuff while you were gone. I looked at so much stuff. But here's the thing. I need to know what's on sale, so I need to know what to buy. But before this, Alex, I have a question for you. In the entire PSVR library, regardless of the sale, regardless of the price, don't worry about that. What one game would you most want me to buy? Like, what game do I not have that I have?
Son of a, don't you do this? I know you're joke. Transpose, you big turd.
You're telling me instead of Astrobot or instead of Astrobot's, I think maybe the biggest hole. Instead of Blood and Truth.
Astrobot's the biggest hole in your library, but for you, a guy who likes puzzle games, and for a game,
I don't like puzzle games.
You do like puzzle games. You won't admit it. A guy who likes Chromagun, you would love Transpose. I think Transpose is such a beautifully unique and special game, and I want you to play it. You're not going to play it, so get Astrobot instead, you idiot.
Yeah, so Space Junkies, Astrobot,
Space Junkie. I want you to get Space Junkie so I have somebody to play it with, man. I have no friends. Nobody. I don't even have friends on PlayStation. They all unfriended me.
Even Chota Boy.
They all hate me now.
He's too busy. He's too busy playing Firewall. Well, attempting to play Firewall.
Too busy staring at the logo of Firewall. Oh goodness, I don't want to open that can of worms.
Okay. Read me the sales. Let's do this.
Yeah, some of those games are on sale. Hopefully you get one, Adam. There's a lot of games I want you to play. Right off the bat, VR Ping Pong for $2.99.
No.
Nope. Space Junkies, $14.79, you idiot.
Ooh.
Get it.
How much is it normally?
$40. Holy crap, $40. Adam, get it, please, man. This game is so good. It's so good. I'm not going to review it. They didn't give us a code. I don't want to give them that benefit. This game is so good. Get it, please.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I am going to look up a trailer for it while you give me the rest of sales.
So hold on. What did you not like about Detached? We played Detached. What did you not like about it? It was boring, right?
It's boring as sin.
But it was cool to float around in space, right?
I mean, whatever, I guess.
What if the controls were more fluid and they made more sense and it was more about just easily flying around in space? Would you have liked Detached then?
It's just, it was so boring that I can't even fathom a game.
Well, Space Junkies has the coolness of floating around in space mixed with like the death match of something like Starblood Arena, like that kind of action, that deathmatch action, but it's faster paced and it makes way more sense and it's way more fun to play and the controls are awesome. I freaking love this game. It is so fun. Everybody needs to drop Firewall and move on to Space Junkies. This is a game that deserves us filling up its servers. It's so fun. I love it so much. I want to marry this game. Space Junkies, $14.79.
Fill Alex up. He wants filled up.
Fill my space up with your junk.
Ease.
Super Hot VR, $9.99. Yes, get it. Okay.
Don't have it. I mean, come on. What the F are you doing?
Tekken 7, $19.99.
No.
PlayStation VR Worlds for $5.99.
It's a good price. I just feel like at this point, most of those games are obsolete.
Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, $5.99.
Please. I mean, I know you could, yes, buy it.
Waddle Home, $4.99.
No.
Farpoint, $9.99.
Yeah.
Crisis Brigade, $4.49.
It's just so hard. If you really like a good challenge, otherwise don't do it.
Drive Club VR, $7.49.
Good price, but get another game. I'd say no.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, $14.99.
Yes.
Monster of the Deep for $14.99.
I like the game a lot. I'm gonna say yes.
Doom VFR for $14.99.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham VR, $9.99. That's it. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm getting it. Yeah, that was my price point. They finally did it. I'm doing it.
$10?
Yeah, $10, $9.99.
Do you really not think that at some point it's going to be free?
I'm just gonna do it, man. I don't even care
waited
anymore.
so long. You have so many other
I waited
games.
for $10, you idiot. Rick and Morty Virtual Reality, $14.99.
This pains me because I love Rick and Morty and I do think it was funny, but I still think I can't do it. I can't do it.
Prey Digital Deluxe Edition. Now, this is a game. It's a single-player flat game, but there's a VR add-on called Typhon Hunter. And I think the VR add-on might be multiplayer only. I might be mistaken. I have the single-player game. I might just try to buy the VR add-on just so I can see what it's about. But the whole Digital Deluxe Edition is $23.99, Adam. Are you interested?
No, not really.
I know that the game's actually really good, apparently, but it's not VR. Deracine for $17.99. I'm going to say no. GameStop was selling it for $9.99.
Ooh.
Yeah. Borderlands 2 VR for $29.99. Adam, you should do it.
Nah, it's not multiplayer. If it gets multiplayer, I'll do it. Until then, they can eat a dick.
All right. Tetris Effect, $23.99.
Speaking of dick.
Skyrim VR, $38.99.
Nah, you can find a physical version on like eBay for cheaper than that.
Angry Birds VR 1, $9.89.
No.
Mage's Tale, $19.79.
Don't waste your money.
Dick Wild 2, $13.19. That's multiplayer.
It is. Heard it's real hard, but if you can get Space Junkies for almost the same price, why get Dick Wild 2?
I say Space Junkies. Megalith, $19.79.
No.
Vertigo Home, $8.57. Freaking love these guys.
That is hilarious.
That's a hilarious price, yeah.
It's like, did the price go up? Like,
I think they just rolled dice. The Persistence, $19.79.
Yeah, good game. Top 3 game for the PSVR.
Trainer VR, $9.89.
It's very. I liked it. I have a hard time recommending it though, like just because it's so one dimensional and it takes a certain person to enjoy that game. So for the general public, I would say no.
Gun Club VR, $16.49. I got it for $10. I think it's about worth $10. I wouldn't recommend it unless you really like shooting guns, even at nothing. Drunken Bar Fight. We didn't talk about this, Adam. Drunken Bar Fight has new content coming out. It was announced at the E3. There's going to be a multiplayer component to this game. That's pretty big, Adam. Drunken Bar Fight for $7.91. Should I get it in anticipation for the multiplayer add-on?
Yeah, I think the freaking game's hilarious. I think the game itself is worth $7, let alone multiplayer coming through. The one thing that's going to hurt you, Alex, is you have seen it and you've watched me play it, so it's going to reduce some of the funny factor when you first play it. But I still think for $7, yeah, you need to buy it.
All right. The Wizards Enhanced Edition, $17.49.
No.
Beat Blaster, $13.99.
Oh, please don't.
Firewall.
It's probably worth that, but it's so hard and it's so aggravating.
Firewall Zero Hour for $27.99.
Wow.
Does it work yet? Somebody told me the patch came out and it finally works. Maybe.
No, don't do it.
I heard that the developer for the netcode, like what makes the multiplayer work, I heard he left. And so they just can't get it up and running because the guy who programmed it left. I might be wrong. I can't believe they released a patch that made the game not work, and they're still trying to sell it for $27.99. That's absurd. That is theft. Oh, virtual reality for $14.99.
This is the game you should buy this week.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it along with Batman, and you can't talk me out of it. Beats Fever, $14.99.
Yeah, baby, you want a better version of Beat Saber? This is it. Not really, but they do have a better mix of songs, and I mean it's not horrible.
Okay. Astrobot Rescue Mission for $31.99. Don't do that. You can get it for, I think the physical copy is $20 now at GameStop. So just do that. Do that, guys. Don't pay extra $20 just so you can have it, or extra $10 so you can have a digital version. I don't get it. I don't get it. And that's it for the sale. Okay. Conrad's Kittens, $13.99. Price down from $14.99.
That's like, why? Like, why waste our time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Alex, I have one question for you, and answer this carefully, okay? And Space Junkies here. Is there more than that one gun that looks like it shoots in a circular pattern? Or
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guns.
okay,
There's a shotgun that you got to be like. There's dual pistols you can shoot. You can get a sword and a shield. It's awesome. It is awesome. There's like a sniper rifle. There's like a rocket launcher, a grenade launcher, or something. It's so awesome.
well, it's your day, lucky day. Think I'm going to do it. Actually, it looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
It looks pretty fast. It doesn't remind me of Detached. Shooting people would be cool. It's all VR, right? So
Yeah.
it should have multiplayer. Is there any single player to it at all?
I think they're adding single player to it. That's the thing. They're adding content to this game that's already worth the price, and they're adding more to it to make it better. So yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend it. I'm so excited about it. The Maydays, it was my favorite Mayday stream I think I did. It's just so fun, and I look forward to playing it with you and all of your friends, all the people who want to play with you.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Play PSVR, the podcast. You now know that there will be 2 Play PSVR hosts on the servers for Space Junkies. So if you want to play, send us a message, send us a tweet. Because here's the thing, guys. We got Twitter, we got YouTube, we got Reddit, we got Twitch, we got the website, playpsvr.com. Contact us, even if you want to. Email us, contact@playpsvr.com. Do one of those. Let us know when you want to play Space Junkies. Let us know if you hate us. Let us know if you love us. I want to give a shout out to Jay Bratt. So Jay Bratt wants to play Farpoint with us so I can prove that I'm better than Alex. Mike Bob is the one who I knew of the To the Top being rejected by Oculus Quest, but he wanted to be sure we knew because he knew that we enjoyed that. Also on Twitter @Matilderp. That's my best chance. I want to thank you for noticing that we didn't have a podcast last week. And they were like, WTF, mate. And so thank you guys for contacting us. Little shout out there. We love you. Will you marry Alex? Will you marry me? And while we're at it, I have a 4th airing of grievance. This podcast has gone too long. Goodbye.